With Art the Clown once again in the limelight, how long has he been terrorising our screens?
Your lemon squares taste like ass.
Welcome to Slash Her Saturday, where I talk about all things horror. My name is Em, aka Horror, and in today's video I will be going over the history of Art the Clown. Art the Clown is a character created by Damien Leone and is the main antagonist in the Terrifier franchise. He is not just your ordinary clown, he is a sadistic, miming menace who likes to devastate the lives of his victims, leaving true chaos behind him whilst relishing in the brutal moments he has brought upon others. So where did Art's journey on our screens begin? In 2008, Art the Clown was introduced to audiences in The Ninth Circle, a horror short which featured Art pursuing a woman in a train station. He begins to taunt her with his horn and magic tricks and kidnaps her to deliver her to a satanic cult who sacrifice her to the devil. We next see Art in another short called Terrifier in 2011, which saw Art stalking a woman who witnessed him murder someone at a gas station. She temporarily manages to escape him, but he soon catches up with her and terrorises her and anyone who she meets. He pursues her in a car chase, making her unconscious. When she comes to, she is laying on a table, her limbs removed and obscenities carved into her body, whilst Art is stood next to her laughing. Both shorts were then combined for All Hallows Eve in 2013. The full-length feature focuses on a babysitter looking after two children. They find a VHS with 3 stories, 2 of them being the aforementioned short films. Once they have watched the VHS, Art appears and kills the 2 children, leaving the babysitter to find them. However, this is only the beginning to the true horror that Art the Clown is capable of, as in 2016 we saw the journey of the Terrifier movies begin. This is where we start to see just how far Art is willing to go to torment and haunt those who cross his path. In the first entry of the Terrifier series, we start off by witnessing a talk show host get completely brutalised by a guest she has been interviewing. Her guest was the sole survivor of a massacre the previous Halloween. Whilst the guest survived, she suffered serious injuries with her face being mauled, and when she hears the talk show host talking badly about her backstage, she kills her. We then follow 2 friends, Tara and Dawn, on Halloween night, who happen upon Art whilst on a night out. In a local fast food restaurant, they begin to get scared of the strange clown sitting opposite them. However, one of the friends, Dawn, doesn't seem to take him too seriously and decides he would make a great partner for a selfie. She boops his nose and shortly after, he is kicked out for spreading his faeces all over the bathroom wall. When the 2 friends leave to drive home, they realise the tyres have been slit and Art returns to the restaurant to kill the workers. Tara calls her sister, Victoria, to come and help them as they are stranded. When she goes to the toilet in a nearby apartment building, Art appears next to Dawn, who is waiting in the car. Inside the building, Art attacks Tara and ties her to a chair. When she comes round, she is forced to watch Dawn being sawn in half. She escapes Art, but he manages to shoot her and he kills her in the process. When Victoria arrives, she is unable to find her sister, but does come across the security guard for the building. They both get attacked by Art, and when trying to escape, the security guard is killed, leaving Victoria on her own against the killer clown. Art overpowers Victoria and starts to maul at her face. When the police arrive, Art shoots himself and is presumed dead. However, Victoria is very much still alive. When at the morgue, it is revealed that Art is also alive and he kills the medical examiner. A year passes and it is revealed that Victoria is the woman we see at the start of the movie who kills the talk show host. 6 years later, in 2022, Art returned for Terrifier 2, which begins where the first movie left off, with Art killing the coroner. He is met by a little girl who is eerily dressed like him and they begin to play. A year passes and we are introduced to a new victim and final girl, Sienna, her mother and her younger brother Jonathan, who has become obsessed with Art. That night, Sienna has a nightmare which includes the clown. She protects herself from his flamethrower with her sword that she has for her Halloween costume, which was designed by her now deceased father. A fire mysteriously starts in her bedroom, waking her and her family up. The next day at school, Jonathan sees Art and the little girl playing with a dead possum, which he gets the blame for. As the attack on the talk show host from the first movie is aired on the news, Sienna and her friends discuss this, which freaks Sienna out. After school, Sienna goes to a Halloween store with her friend Ali, where they meet with Art, who starts to antagonise them. Later that day, Art breaks into Ali's house and kills her brutally in one of the most horrific kills we see in the franchise. When at home, Sienna, along with her mother, is shown a sketchbook by Jonathan, which turns out to be their dad's sketchbook, which details Art and the little girl, making Jonathan believe that his dad knew how to kill Art. Later that night, Sienna is at a Halloween party and Jonathan has fled his home after an argument with his mother. Whilst they are both out, Art kills their mother and poses her at the dinner table for when Jonathan gets home. Art attacks Jonathan, making him unconscious, and with the help of the little girl, they trick Sienna into going to an old attraction park. Art kills the friends Sienna brings along with her and attacks Jonathan. However, Sienna overpowers Art and decapitates him. The little girl appears and picks up his head and then walks off. In the end credits, we see Victoria in a mental hospital giving birth to Art's head. 2024 has brought Art's most recent appearance in Terrifier 3. Just as in the second instalment, this movie starts where the predecessor left off, with Art's body killing a policeman. He then makes his way to the asylum where Victoria resides. She has now been taken over by the little girl and presents Art with his head. They kill the staff in the asylum and break into an abandoned house where they lay dormant. 5 years have now passed and Sienna goes to stay with her aunt and uncle after spending time in a mental hospital after what she witnessed. Her relationship with her brother is now strained and she has frequent hallucinations of her dead friend. Art and Victoria are woken up when they are discovered by demolition workers, who they proceed to kill. Art goes to a bar where he kills a Santa Claus impersonator and others who cross his path. We then see Art at a shopping mall where he slaughters shoppers. Sienna, who is shopping at the mall, is convinced she sees Art but keeps this to herself. When she visits Jonathan at university, Jonathan's friend pressures them both to participate on her true crime podcast, but Sienna refuses and is not happy about it. She then tells her brother that she believes Art is alive and she is going to return to the abandoned attraction park to retrieve her dad's sword. Art finds his way to Jonathan's university and kills his friends whilst they are being intimate in the shower. Later on, Sienna learns of the killings in the shopping mall, which only proves to her that her feeling is right, which is confirmed when Art and Victoria break into Sienna's house. They kill her aunt and uncle and show Sienna a skinless head, which Victoria says is Jonathan's. Sienna kills Victoria with her father's sword when Victoria tries to possess her, and Victoria's blood burns through the floor, opening a portal to hell. Sienna's young cousin Gabby falls into the hole with the sword and Art escapes on a bus, leaving Sienna in the midst of his destruction while she vows to find her cousin. Art has certainly left his mark in the horror genre and has become one of the most recognised clowns and horror icons, with his brutality being too much for some viewers, causing many to walk out of the cinema. Some might not find the Terrifier franchise or Art the Clown appealing, as he has gone further than most would dare to go. However, the impact he has had as a horror villain is one to be recognised, as nothing seems too far for Art, leaving audiences wondering what will come next. With a fourth movie in the works, I am sure we will delve deeper into Art and his origins, but for now, what do you guys think? Do you like Art the Clown and the Terrifier franchise? Let me know down in the comments section. If you have enjoyed this video, you may enjoy my other content, which you can find here. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you like, subscribe and switch on the notification button, as I will be uploading more content like this. With that being said, I will see you in the next video.